You're now tuned in to The Twisted Truth with Corey Wesley, where everyday conversations take an unexpected turn. Entrepreneur, artist, author, and truth seeker, Corey Wesley is here to challenge the way we think, question the norms, and bring fresh perspectives to life, business, and beyond. With unfiltered discussions, special guests, and real talk, get ready for a show that's bold, insightful, and always a little twisted. Buckle up, because the truth isn't always what it seems. And now, here's your host, Corey Wesley. Welcome to another episode of The Twisted Truth with Corey Wesley. That's me. I have a question for you. Why do people think blocking someone is childish? Let's talk about it. I swear, I honestly do not think that blocking is immature or childish in any way. And if anyone makes you believe that and tries to guilt trip you into believing that it's childish or immature, I don't believe that. And the reason why I believe that it isn't immature, because I believe it's self-preservation, that you are taking care of yourself. There's a saying that they say, you are responsible for the energy you bring into someone else's space. Well, when I block you, I am protecting my energy, because I am also responsible for the energy that I allow in my space, right? So, it's really, society has us thinking that, oh my God, blocking is so mature. You can have a conversation. Sometimes people are not due or are owed an explanation of why you don't want to talk to them. 9 out of 10, I believe I saw something. Who did I see? I think it was Iana Van Zant. She said, people know what they're doing. And I believe that. People know what they're saying. People know what they're doing. And I don't think it's petty or weak if you feel that somebody is invading your space, disrespecting you, or just making you feel uncomfortable or not at ease. I don't see a problem in blocking a person, because that energy that someone just constantly ringing your phone, or in a minute you see their name, the second you see their name on your phone, you got an uncomfortable feeling inside, or it triggers you to think of that last argument, or then you start replaying in your head, oh, I should have said this, I want to say that, and they are then sometimes manipulating you, antagonizing you. Some people are narcissists. I have dated a few. But when I've dated them, I wasn't mature enough to just walk away. I had to challenge. I had to prove myself. Don't let anyone guilt trip you and having boundaries. Just because you block someone does not make you immature. I don't believe that. I think that is an absurd thought process, because I don't want anyone to have access to me. That means, and I will tell you, and I will not lie to you. My friends will tell you I am I spy. You can either get a gentle block. A gentle block means that, you know what, you're not going to understand. It makes no sense for me to even have a conversation with you about something, but you didn't do anything that major, right? And I'm not talking about long-term friends, but sometimes you got to block them too. Okay? After years of conversations and arguments, and they still doing the same old crap, yeah, block them. I don't need you to see me. I had a major argument with a dear friend of mine, and I said some harsh things, yes, and I honestly probably shouldn't have said some of the things I said, but I did block her, and the reason why is because she said some things to me, I said some things to her, but what I did say to her is that all the horrible, nasty things I'm saying them because I want to burn every bridge there is, so we can't ever try this again. Yes, that was some of my immaturity in a sense, but the blocking part is where I felt like I don't want to see you. Yes, and I am the godfather of some of her children, or well, really one. But But when she said don't call her children, because I was trying to be the mature person to say, me and your mother might not get along anymore, but if you ever need anything, you can call upon me, because I do take that role seriously. Yes. And then that's a whole nother story. As my best friend said, sometimes you get off course. And I said, but I know when to come back. Sometimes we have to have a conversation and go around the circle. Sometimes I'm talking to myself. I'm teaching myself something as I teach you. But anyway, getting back to the blocking, sometimes you have to secure your energy. Your energy is the most important thing out there, okay? And especially when it comes to mental health, because, people don't understand that they can trigger you, okay? I believe that even the smallest things that people do that irk us, that may not be worth having a conversation, because what's the saying, pick your battles. Sometimes it ain't worth it, because people are going to try to gaslight you. They're trying to tell you that things didn't happen when they did, or they're not going to eat and take, and this is my word of 2025, and I will continue to say accountability, accountability, accountability. When someone does not want to take accountability, and then all they do is focus on your reaction to their bad behavior, they trying to gaslight you. And what that means is, I ain't got time for you, and I'm going to block you. I have blocked many family members who just don't want to hear. And then they focus on me. What did Joji say in Alter Ego? Then I'm the villain. When I walk in the room, then it's like, hush, then I'm the villain. No, I'm not the villain. But then I make a joke that being the villain sometimes is the best thing in the world. Because you know why? Nobody bothers you when you the villain. Because see, you tell them like it is. And see, people can't handle the truth. Ooh. Can I get an amen? But there are situations in our lives that are necessary to block people, because they trigger us. They harbor, just like having a drug addiction. And I didn't want to do party drugs anymore, whatever, right? I had to block every single body on there. Okay. And the reason why, and even some of them I became close with, because I did not want them to trigger me. I did not want them to some people the might not have the right intentions, and some people might have the right intention, but not purposely trigger you, but may not believe you. A lot of people may not believe that you want to stop drugs or alcohol or whatever your vice is. And then they innocently, and I don't want to say innocently because I just said people know what they're doing, but they're triggering you and testing you. And sometimes you have to set those boundaries. Blocking is protecting your energy. Do you understand? Let me repeat that. Blocking is protecting your energy, and don't let any misconception about blocking anyone as immature. I think it's actually being a grown up. Just being able to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm over it. Because see, this is where that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. No, I believe when the mature person has had enough, there is no conversation. And honestly, I believe once you stop this, when the silence happens, silence is golden. That's rule number 101. Sometimes when you give them the silence, they already know what they did. They don't need you to affirm it or confirm it. Ooh, I'm rhyming today. Preach, Corey. So, dealing with emotional abuse and manipulation, of course you need to block them. You know them people that want to tease you, tempt you, know that you like them. And I hate when the ones that you tell them oh my God, when you tell a boy you like him in the gay world, I don't know about the straight boy world, but then they just got, oh my God, their ego, because I'm good looking and sexy and hot. And I am a African American, just gorgeous, intelligent, can run circles around many. I do date Caucasians. So then what happens is that they got an ego. All right. Their alter ego comes out and they think they're the shit. And then they trying to let you down. Oh, excuse me. Did I curse? Oh my God. See, that's a shame. Sorry, y'all. But as my mother said, Intelligent people don't have to curse. We can use our words of intelligence. So, cutting ties with a narcissist or energy vampire. Do you know any energy vampires? They're people that just drain you. They call you complaining. They just doing stuff and they just don't get it. And you want to help them. Like I have had toxic friends, ex-boyfriends who just drain the hell out of me. Every time I turn around, you call them, they hum and drum. The world is the end of the world, they're crushing, the world is crashing before them, and nothing's happening. Right? And then they creating all these scenarios, just like if a coworker that you work with, and then you're seeing that they're not really, you've engaged them personally, but now you see their energy is bringing you down. You see that their management is kind of side eyeing them. They're not really progressing. They don't have a dream. They don't have a goal. They're bashing. They're gossiping. You know what I do is block them at work too. Don't see you. Be like, oh, I'm really busy right now. Can I talk to you later? I know how to block people in person too. And that sometimes you just have to do it. It is not being immature. Now, yes, I believe that it becomes immature when you are doing it to get their attention. Now, if you're doing it to get someone else's attention and then going to unblock them, then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. You are not supposed to unblock these people because they still, I know people say people change. I'm still up. The verdict is out on that. I think people evolve, but I don't think they change. I think they change their colors a little bit and they shed a little bit. But I believe the core of a person remains the same. So if they have certain toxic behaviors and they are not taking one accountability, they are negative all the time, they manipulate situations, that's the core of them, and they have a certain age, that ain't changing. Mm-mm. I don't care who tells you that it's going to change. Mm-mm. And then oh, blocking someone also is avoiding unnecessary drama and negativity. Who wants to be on your time? Time is precious. They say, act like tomorrow's not promised to you. Now, you want to waste your time sitting there listening to somebody complain all the time who's gaslighting you, bringing negative energy into your space. Well, like there's a book by Dr. Judith Olaf, Emotional Freedom. And in that book, she talks about the radius, I think it was 5 feet around you. Let's say you're in a bookstore and someone's yelling and you're not part of it, but it's just a commotion, right? Now you leave the bookstore. In an hour or so, you start feeling in a mood and you're not understanding why you in a mood. Well, it's because that negative energy funneled around to all the people that were close in that vicinity. And then you realize, oh, shoot, that person, as I call it, transfer of energy. That's why you block people because you don't want their energy. They transfer that BS to you. And I believe that when you block someone, it is self-care. So I am here to tell you maturity isn't about keeping doors open for people who don't respect you. Maturity is about is knowing when to close them for your own peace. I have been telling everybody 2025 is my namaste year. I don't argue with people. I don't raise my voice. And if anybody yells at me and raise their voice at me, you know what I do is I walk away. I don't even have to have a conversation. It is not that time right now. What's everything that's going on in the world? We ain't got time for that. Do you have time for that? Do you? Have you ever had to block someone? Did you feel guilty about it? Because if you do, let's talk about it. Put a comment in the bottom section because I want to hear about why were you feeling guilty? What did they do to you? And honestly, why go through the necessary changes of blocking somebody to unblock them? I don't care how many sorries. There was a reason for them to be blocked and they should be stayed blocked. Because I always believe don't give anybody access. Now, yes, I believe that there are circumstances that you have to, I wouldn't say block, unblock, unblock. They would have to do some hoops and chains, and I'm not just talking about sending me no dang flowers. I need them to really have a conversation with me about accountability, why. And the trick here is this: if somebody wants to come back to me after that I blocked them, they better have a true answer as to why I blocked them. They should already know and understand that they have already replayed that over in their head. They already know what they did. And then when in their conversation of an apology and not, sorry you felt that way. No, that's not an apology. They should be able to acknowledge and tell me why I stopped talking to them, why they've been blocked. And after that conversation, they're not unblocked. No. Mm-mm. And honestly, really, how did they get in touch with me if I blocked them? You know, people find ways, a letter in the mail. Now, don't show up at my house now. I know some people be like, oh my God, he showed up at my house. Yes, that's called love bombing or they bombing you and trying to manipulate your mindset. I need a letter, or I need you to just, I mean, yes, you might have to open the door with, send a flower or two or some candy or something and say, I'm really sorry, I think we need to talk, and then wait for an answer. Now, an answer might not ever come, but at least the attempt was made. Yes, I get it. But again, this is truly situations are call for people to be blocked. Okay. And it is not selfish. It is self-care. I will stand by that. Yeah. We have the right to control our peace. I always say it. I'll say it again. You are responsible for the energy you bring into someone's space, and I am responsible for the energy I allow into my space. If I am giving someone who is toxic, who is negative, access to my life, what do you think is going to happen to my life? Oh, I shouldn't be folding my arms, but what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You're going to start being negative. You're going to start having the energy. I always say, like minds stick alike. Oh, does that make sense? Like minds stick together. And you know why? If somebody's negative all the time or not a goal seeker or driven, what you're going to do is you're going to mimic your friend's behavior because you want to stay with your friend. I always refer back to that Oprah thing where Oprah gave Gail $1 million so that when she was a rich bee, she wanted her friend to be, because you want that person to elevate with you. Now, if that person's just lounging around and you want to be a movie star, you want to write a book, and that friend says, I'm just laying here. And again, if they say they ain't doing something, you need to leave that person alone because they're not breathing, they're not eating, they doing something. How do you do nothing? Anyway, that energy will pass on because you don't want your other friend to feel out left behind if you are progressing and they are feeling lazy. And again, if they're not happy for you, they feeling negative, they giving you doubt, you need to block these people. Okay, because if no one is encouraging you to follow your dreams, if you're telling someone that the relationship is faltering and that there's no accountability and they not trying to work with you, maybe it's time to do some blocking. Don't let nobody trigger you. Okay, we all got triggers from drug addiction. I got that, and that's why I stay away from people that try to invade that after I've told them I don't do that no more, and they tempt me or tease me. Thank God I have the willpower. But then, do you not expect me to block that person? Yes, and that's not immature because I am staying namaste. I'm staying in my Zen mode. I am not going to allow someone who wants to disrespect me, not believe what my journey is, to then go ahead and bring me down. No, I'm not. I'm more valuable than that person. I'm not being petty. I'm not being immature, and it's not being weak. And if anybody thinks that is being weak, they need to go on about their business, because maturity is saying, you know what, I'm done. No conversation needed. Just like when I tell people, when you have a funny feeling that somebody's cheating on you, you don't need validation. You already know the answer. If you stay, you stay. But you don't need validation because your gut is your answer. Your gut will never lead you in the wrong direction. Your mindset, what you know is what you know. And when they are disturbing your peace, what do? We block them. So again, if you've ever blocked anyone and you felt guilty about it, I want you to put a comment below and let's have a little dialogue about it. Well, as I always end off, remember to stay blessed because you are already blessed. And remember to love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. That's all for today. Remember to like, subscribe, tell your friends about Corey Wesley and the Twisted Truth. I'll talk to you later. Bye. That's a wrap for this episode of The Twisted Truth with Corey Wesley. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the show with someone who needs a fresh perspective. Remember to stay curious, stay bold, and always remember this: the truth isn't always what it seems. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep twisting the truth. See you soon.